there's a light switch over there by the door.
Okay.
There's two.
On camera too, she says just make sure to square up to it. Do you guys know what?
No, I
No.
don't.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Checks. So who wants to go?
Wait.
I'll go, and I'll just start talking. Yes.
Okay.
I'll just start talking about my day. It's been a great day so far. I woke up at 8 o'clock, but my first class was so that was fun. And this,
I need you to talk quickly.
I'm talking, still talking.
Okay, thank you, Jack.
Okay. Today, like I said, pumpkin mini wheats with
In my first class, so I'm still pretty bummed about that. It's really hot with these lights on.
Rock and Urban.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Screening Room. I'm Allie Schatzman.
I'm Nate Weggy-Help.
And I'm Jacqueline Snow.
And today we're going to be talking about children's animated movies.
And I will be starting off this week with the movie Shrek. Shrek tells the story of a classic fairy tale, but with a twist. When all of the kingdom's fairy tale creatures are relocated to his swamp, the ogre Shrek must go on a mission to rescue and escort the Princess Fiona so that she can marry King Farquaad. Along the way, with the help of his faithful steed Donkey, Shrek faces discrimination and is heavily stigmatized for being an ugly green ogre. But Princess Fiona is not all that she seems, and the two very quickly fall in love. Can Shrek rescue Fiona from being married to an evil king before sundown? Let's take a look at the trailer.
Princess, where are you? It's very spooky in here. I ain't playing no games.
Well, at least we know where the princess is, but where's the
DreamWorks Pictures invites you to a land of fairy tales.
Hey! Oh, no, dead girl, off the table!
Where are we supposed to put her? The bed's taken.
What?
Where an unlikely hero
You definitely need some Tic Tacs or something, because your breath stinks!
rescues a fair princess
You didn't slay the dragon?
It's on my to-do list.
from a nasty villain with the help of his trusty companion.
This is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
This summer, one name spells action.
You're not exactly what I expected.
One name spells adventure.
How about him? Before this is over, I'm gonna need a whole lot of serious therapy.
One name
Don't look down.
Shrek, I'm looking down.
spells romance.
It's no way to behave in front of a princess.
Oh, wow. She's as nasty as you are.
Come on!
There's an arrow in your butt.
And that name is
Shrek.
Shrek. Thank you very much. I'm here till Thursday.
Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, John Lithgow.
You love this woman, don't you? Yes. You want to hold her? Yes. Please her? Yes. Then you got to try a little
Shrek.
Wow. Let's do that again. No.
So guys, what do you guys think of Shrek?
Well, I haven't seen Shrek in a really long time, but watching the trailer just reminded me how much I actually really enjoy that movie. It's kind of weird. I mean, it's the ogre. I've seen the musical a lot recently.
Okay.
The musical is on Netflix.
I have not actually seen the musical
I haven't
yet.
either. I didn't know there was one.
Yes, Shrek the musical. It's on Netflix. It's weirder than the movie because it's real people trying to be like Shrek and Donkey and the dragon. So that part of it's kind of weird. But if you just can get past that, the songs in there are really fun. I mean, unfortunately, they don't have All Star by Smash Mouth, which the Shrek
that's not
soundtrack is
Shrek.
Yeah, no, it's not real
iconic.
Shrek.
You're right. You're right.
It's just fake poser Shrek.
They're trying, okay?
Okay, well, gotta give him props for trying. Shrek is legitimately one of my favorite children's movies. I watched this again yesterday. It's been a little while since I watched it, but I forgot just how it's just funny just all the way through, but it's not just funny, it's very endearing too. Like it has a very positive, body positive
It's a
message.
fun movie.
Yeah.
It's weird to say the least, and I haven't seen it in a very long time. But I can remember just like how I felt when I watched it for the first time, and there was a period of my life where I watched it probably 10 times in 1 year because it just made me feel good.
I feel like I had a time like that too. Like it was so good, but it was so different from like the normal fairy tales. Like the ugly guy got a happy ending for once. Like that was really nice.
I feel like everyone's gone through a period at some point in their life where they watch Shrek. Like
At least one of the Shrek movies, because there's, I don't even remember how many there are.
I think there's like 4.
I think there's four,
and then they have
there's a
some-
bunch of spin-offs.
Yeah, they have some Christmas
I like
specials.
the second one. I think the most.
The second one.
The second one's
is
very
great.
good.
Yeah, I think I like it better than the first.
I still like the first better, but the second one is one of those rare occurrences where the sequel is actually just as good as the original.
Yeah.
I think everything about Shrek is great. The way it pokes fun at Disney movies, because this is like the first big DreamWorks movie.
Yes.
in the way it just takes all of the classic Disney characters. It has Pinocchio, it has Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and they just straight up call the Seven Dwarfs creepy.
I love it.
The way it just pokes fun at Disney while still staying true to itself, I think is really great.
Definitely agree. It's a fun movie to watch both when you're a kid and when you're an adult. There's a lot of good adult jokes I know I didn't pick up on when I was younger than when I watched it more recently. There's some strange things there.
I watched it like 2 years ago and I was like, oh my gosh, I was watching it with the YMCA kids. And I was like, should they be? Is this like really PG? Because some of the pieces are like a little
there's like,
out there.
There's a little bit steamy jokes in there at some point.
Yeah.
It's just like they're really quick. And they just happen and then they get out.
I know one of them is like with Lord Farquaad, there's at one point say something about how he's compensating for something. And depending on your age, you can take that very different ways.
That's the one where like they linger on it for a second too, and they just completely just like no sell the comedy.
And that's smart too for the parents. So you have the kids who are watching it and it goes right over their heads, and the parents are watching it and they kind of get kicked out of it.
He's really short, so it's still funny.
Yes.
So it's not like they're laughing at some joke, because that's always a really uncomfortable time if the parents are laughing and the kids are like, oh, what are you laughing at? And then you don't really want to explain what it is.
Yeah.
See, that's how I took it for all those years. It's just, oh, he's short.
Same. And then I watched it recently, I was like, wait a second, there's more to it than that.
They're talking about some other stuff. Who's your favorite character in Shrek?
Donkey.
Donkey?
Easy.
Donkey. I was going to say that too.
Donkey's the best.
He makes the movie, I think.
I just love when he's
hilarious.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I think I have to agree. Donkey, or maybe Gingerbread Man, but that's maybe in Shrek too.
I think that's in Shrek too.
All some very good characters.
A larger part. I remember also watching it and thinking that the graphics were really bad, but that's just like a personal thing.
It was early 2000s.
Yes.
All right, well, we'll be right back after this with some more talk about movies, but first, let's take a look at those adorable perfect pets.
I'm Champagne. I'm 5 months old, and I sure do love to play. I can be shy, but I'm also very curious. Add some cuddles to my day, and I'm a happy kitty.
Hi, I'm Socks. I'm 2 years old, and I sure do love belly rubs. I would love a warm bed to curl up in, and maybe even some socks.
Hi, I'm Lollipop. I'm 2 years old. I'm very energetic and love all sorts of toys to play with. Come adopt me!
To find out more about adoption, contact La Crescent Animal Rescue at 507-895-2066.
Once again, the number for La Crescent Animal Rescue is 507-895-2066. And now we're going to talk about some Disney movies. So ever since she was little, Moana had dreams of sailing the open seas and exploring the world. Unfortunately, her parents had other plans. Moana was destined to be the next chief of their village, and she was always being told to stay on the land. But the constant restraint made Moana's dreams of the ocean even stronger. When the island fishermen could no longer fish and the crops started to fail, Moana embarks on the journey of a lifetime to save her people. Her grandmother gives her an emerald stone, which is the heart of Te Fiti, and tells her that returning it will bring peace back to the island. Now, with her grandmother's guidance, Moana sets out to sea. While sailing, she meets Maui, a demigod who stole the heart of Te Fiti and is responsible for the problems happening on the island. The two then work together to restore the heart and set things right. This film is fueled by the spirit of adventure, featuring many humorous moments, lovable characters, and, dare I say it, one of the best Disney soundtracks of all time. With big names like Dwayne Johnson and Lin-Manuel Miranda on board with production, it's no surprise Moana instantly became a modern Disney classic, and personally one of my all-time favorite Disney movies to date. Take a glimpse into the world of Moana with the help of this trailer.
Do you know who Maui is? Only the greatest demigod in all the Pacific Islands. With his magical fishhook, he slowed down the sun, pulled islands out of the sea, battled monsters. And I should know, because I'm Maui. Hey, let me do this, please. Nothing? Really? What's a demigod gotta do?
Away, away, we are explorers reading every sign. We tell the stories of our elders in a never-ending chain. Away, away, defendo del mali, naeko hakilia. We know the way.
All right, so I want to know what you guys think about Moana. Let me hear it.
It's been a minute, but when I watched it, I remember really enjoying it. It was creative, and I like how they're bringing out different Disney characters from all aspects of the world.
That's what I really wanted to touch on. I thought it was really nice to see a Disney movie with characters of color in there, considering how long Disney's been around and how long it was a lot of
2016 was
actually.
How long Disney movies were a bunch of white women being rescued, and it's like nice to see some people of color, and they even employed voice actors of color to voice.
I really,
and
really
that's
enjoyed that.
the big thing. Yeah, like sticking with the background too.
And that was one thing, like finding the voice of Moana. Like she was this little girl, like no one ever heard of her before. She was like 16 years old, but they wanted someone who was native and like native to an island. So it's Ali Kravawa. She is like fully Hawaiian, so all of like the language that they use in it, she understands all of it.
Good for her.
Yeah, it's really impressive. Even like
awesome.
I know The Rock also, or Dwayne Johnson. I think he dropped The Rock from his name. I'm not really sure on that one.
Sure.
In the trailer, it just says Dwayne Johnson. I think he's trying to
mature.
Yeah, he's past the Rock wrestling days, but even he is also has Islander in him. So that I think is really, really nice for the casting purposes.
Yes, he is from a big Samoan family.
Yes, that's a Samoan.
So I do have to say though, I do have to take umbrage with you saying that Moana had one of the best soundtracks of any Disney movie. I'm not saying that it has a bad soundtrack. I love Lin-Manuel Miranda as much as any other basic white boy from anywhere. But listen,
I'm listening.
Tarzan exists.
I'm aware Tarzan exists.
Lin-Manuel Miranda is no Phil Collins.
They're so different. It's really hard to compare.
It's no
the two.
Elton John.
You're right.
It's no Toy Story.
Okay, Toy Story has a good one.
Yeah.
I do enjoy Toy Story.
Fine. It just I think it's kind of annoying. This one, the soundtrack annoyed me. Yeah,
I love the soundtrack.
It just like got overplayed and everybody just like
I definitely
fangirled over it, and it just.
How Far I'll Go definitely got overplayed pretty quick. I still think it was less than like Let It Go from Frozen.
I was gonna say at least it's no Frozen.
It's no Frozen. That song. I know I was the same way for a little bit. Like people just kept before I saw the movie, people just kept constantly like, oh, hear this song, like you're gonna love it, and I just was so annoyed with the song in the movie. I almost didn't want to watch it. And then it was. A couple months later, it was on DVD because my sister bought the movie and was like, you're going to watch this and you're going to love it. And I just had to like sit down and do it. And I think I watched it 3 times that weekend because I just loved it so much. I went and downloaded the CD right away on iTunes. It's a good time.
I've never done that either. I've never watched a movie and then gone and downloaded a CD, especially a Disney movie. I've never done that.
I did that for Tangled. I think Tangled is a very underappreciated.
Tangled is underappreciated.
I feel like Tangled is like the first of the new Disney revival.
Yes, I would agree.
Of like
it was the shift in the animation, I think, that really helped spark like this is the pivotal moment.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was, but it was definitely Tangled.
So you guys go throughout your day and you're like, okay, like I could go for some Tangled right now, and you go to your iTunes and you put that in and watch the
Literally, earlier today I was like, we're gonna listen to some Moana.
If you pull up my Spotify,
Moana just makes me feel good. Okay.
If you pull up my Spotify right now, you will find the This Is Disney playlist is the last thing that I've listened to.
Good. I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
quite a lot. It's funny.
And I have to say, Moana, good music. Not the best.
Well, it's not.
Comparatively.
I didn't say it was #1. I cannot compare Moana to like Tarzan. Tarzan's another one of my favorites, but the sounds are just so different.
And they're so
different.
Both
so good.
It's so different.
Exactly.
I really liked I like the animation of Moana
beautiful.
Because of when they're underneath the water and just like the colors
it looks
and
so
the ideas behind it. It's so creative.
Love it.
Yes.
All right, well, we will be right back after this, but first we're going to take a look at some WMCM promos.
The University of Wisconsin La Crosse brings you a weekly student newscast. Important news. Movie critiques. Weather forecasts. Sports highlights. And local interviews. UWL's own WMCM, run by the students, for the students. Every Thursday at 4:30 on Campus Channel 200 and Charter Channel 989.
Are you a movie fanatic? Tune in on WMCM TV's Screening Room, Tuesdays at 2:45 or 4:30. You can watch on Channel 200 and Charter 989. See you on Tuesdays for Screening Room.
Up next, I'll be talking about Coco. Coco is the story of a guitar-obsessed 12-year-old boy named Miguel who ends up in the land of the dead. Miguel's family holds a strict no music rule, which he has a very hard time following. His musical dream is crushed by his family and their drive in the shoemaking business. After Miguel breaks a few rules and runs away, he's transported to a new world. While in this magical land, he seeks the help from deceased family members he finds on the way. Throughout the film, you hear beautiful tunes and see unique and exotic-looking animals. Coco is inspired by the Mexican Day of the Dead and truly holds a touching story. Let's check out the trailer.
Our ancestors come back to our world to see family and friends.
Come on, there's so much to do. You can go
But no
scuba diving.
living person has ever
Try
visited
some
their
exotic
world
food. Or just enjoy the
until
view.
now. Okay, Dad, thank you. All right, who's in there?
I'm sorry.
Fireworks on the cruise. It's not the love boat.
What's going on? You gotta stay with me, boy.
And only Dracula.
Where we are. I'm just dreaming.
Do you mind?
Monsters are disgusting.
Remind me
They
how I
have
know
no
you.
idea what's about to happen.
We have to get you back home. It's all going according to plan.
I love how they took a real holiday, such as Day of the Dead, and turned it into a movie like this. What did you guys think?
I watched Coco for the first time yesterday, and I watched it sort of in the middle of the day. I think Coco might be my favorite Disney movie.
Really?
I really liked Coco. I thought the visuals were great.
Incredible.
It was a beautiful movie.
Oh, it's a beautiful movie. It's
The
so well
music
done.
was great. You may know this about me. I'm a very big fan of Mexican lucha libre wrestling
Why would I know that about you? I mean, I knew that about it.
And so I'm a lot of that culture is like ingrained into both lucha libre and in the movie.
It's all in there for
yes.
sure.
And so I've always been a big fan of this. I think Coco might be my favorite Disney movie.
I mean, it's definitely really good. I don't think
it's
it's
up there. It's one of my favorites.
I don't think, I won't think it's one of my, I wouldn't say all-time favorites, but I really, really did enjoy when I watched it.
I think I liked it so much because I could connect to it. Like, I was laughing at certain points, and then at the end, I was sobbing hysterically.
Yeah,
so I think that's why I liked it so much.
Did anyone not cry at the end?
I've talked to one of my friends, and he told me he didn't cry after he watched it.
He was lying.
Yeah, all of it was a group chat, which dangerous right there. He told us, like, I didn't cry after I watched it, and we all came and were like, how did you not cry? It's a roller coaster of emotions. I'm crying because I'm laughing. I'm crying just because it's sad. I'm crying because I'm so happy. Like, there's so many good cry-worthy moments in that movie.
I started the movie thinking that I wasn't going to cry watching it. I don't know why
I know.
thought that.
Well, no, you start it and you don't think that there's a reason to. It's happy and
yeah,
it's happy, it's fun.
And then by the end of
Ironically.
it, I had cried multiple times throughout the movie.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think it definitely helps. I mean, I'm a musician, so I can
Me as
relate
well.
a lot
Yep.
to what is happening in the movie.
His banning of music.
I didn't exactly have that growing up, but I still could appreciate a lot of the more intricate parts.
Lots of twists and
yeah, so many things that just
different
you never saw
story.
things
No,
come in there.
No,
Definitely kept you on your toes the whole time.
Yeah, I didn't know where the movie was going the
No,
entire
yeah,
time.
and I love
Like,
that. I love that.
I could sort of tell, very slight spoilers, I could sort of tell that, what was the big musician's name again?
What is his name?
I don't know how to pronounce it. I had a sneaking suspicion that he wasn't exactly a good guy.
Yeah, something about him.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely, throughout, you, start getting that vibe from him,
Yes.
but I've never...
But, where it goes after that,
Yeah, I
did
was
not
not ready
expect,
for any of it.
it to go some of the places that it did.
I feel like that's what makes it kind of fun, because, you just watch it for the first time, which, so it's clear, it's not just a Disney movie that's meant for kids. Adults can really, really enjoy it and get into it.
And visually.
It's visually so pleasing to look at. It's so colorful. It's so fun.
The bridge of petals.
Oh my god!
I thought
and the animals, I love the animals.
Animals are so cute. Yes.
Very cute, very colorful.
Yes.
The whole movie is just
the whole movie just has a lot of color. In
yes.
it.
Which is very appropriate for Day of the Dead.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a very everything there is very colorful.
And
all
I think
the time.
it's stuck pretty true to that holiday as well.
As far as I heard, yes.
I mean, I'm not.
I've never heard negative
on
criticisms on that part of it.
Dia de los Muertos is one of my favorite holidays because my birthday falls on the final day of Day of the Dead.
Okay.
So, and as far as I can tell, it fits very well with the whole theme of it. It's all very colorful.
Disney always just serving up great hits.
Yeah, I can't think of a single bad thing to say about this movie.
Me either.
I feel like overall it's a pretty.
Were there any
positive
big
things.
names in it? I mean, I suppose I should know. I picked
Yeah.
it, but
I'm not positive.
I'm not
actually.
sure. It wasn't one of the selling points of the movie.
no, and that's awesome too because
Yeah.
The Rock for Moana.
Yeah,
I think
that helped
kind
push
of,
it.
Yeah, and for this, I don't think I heard of any big names.
It was just so exciting. It was just such a different kind of person that we're used to seeing. It's so rare we see a Mexican family portrayed, especially in a Disney movie. Like we were talking about before, it's it's pretty whitewashed about Disney things.
But not this.
Not this.
And I can appreciate
and a bunch
that.
of dead people for a children's movie.
But somehow it was still fun.
It works.
Yes. It was still a very fun movie.
I have a related movie that we can kind of talk about.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so it's called My Life as a Zucchini, and it's about a little boy. It's a French movie.
Okay.
I just like the title of it.
It's a very good title.
It's about a little boy in France, in Paris, France, and his mom is going through a very rough time, and I don't want to give away what happens.
Is she a zucchini?
No, she's not. They're people. It's
Okay.
claymation.
Okay.
And so he ends up going to an orphanage, and he meets a bunch of new friends, and he meets an older man who becomes a role model to him and ends up fostering him, and it's a very touching story, and I think it's a story a lot of kids can relate to that may be in the system, but it's PG supposedly, but it shouldn't be. It's
okay.
Pretty,
Well, those
I mean,
movies.
they've got an alcoholic mother, and it's kind of graphic with that, and just some of the language that they use isn't something that I would want my children to be talking about.
PG for French audiences.
Yes, I think that's what it was.
Does make a little difference.
Yeah.
But who's that actor? Ron Swanson.
Nick Offerman.
Yes.
He's in it. He
Oh,
does
really?
a double work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
And
I just can't imagine Nick Offerman in a kids movie.
I know, but he's the police officer in the movie, and
I could see him as a
loved
police
it.
officer then.
It was weird, and it doesn't really sound like an inviting plot, but you could almost relate it to Coraline, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coraline is definitely
Coraline's
a weird
different.
movie.
Coraline's weird.
I watched
but
it.
I like that kind of stuff. Like
I watched
weird,
it recently.
quirky.
I forgot how weird that movie is. I know it's not my top choice. I just like the very cheesy, happy kids movies. If I'm going for a kids movie, that's more what I like to go for.
Tim Burton is my favorite director. I love him.
Yeah, I like a nice weird. That's what I watched as a kid. A lot of the Edward Scissorhands.
I did watch Edward Scissorhands as a kid, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, sort of like the weirder movies. And speaking of weirder kids movies, we've been talking a lot of more modern day movies, and also a lot of. I'm going to take us back to the 1980s with David Bowie in the movie Labyrinth, which is one of my favorite one of my favorite movies.
Can't
it's
say
great.
I've seen it.
So good.
Mostly just because I love David Bowie, and
And the acting in that movie is phenomenal from all of the characters.
It's a lot of Jim Henson puppets, a lot of different puppets, and then a couple of. I feel like who is the girl? I feel like she is a major name.
Yeah, she does. And
Yeah.
she goes on to be in a lot more movies, but I
Yes,
couldn't tell
but
you her
I don't
name.
remember her name.
No.
But it doesn't matter because David Bowie's in it, and David Bowie steals a baby, and that's all you need to know.
David Bowie in tight pants.
David Bowie in tight pants steals
And a baby.
All right.
And that's all you need to know about Labyrinth. It's pretty great.
It's based off a book.
Is it?
I think.
I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure, because like she's like has the book the whole time, and then she's going through it.
Oh.
Sort of like Princess Bride.
Yes. Sort of.
Princess Bride's a great movie.
It is. I used to watch the movie all the time with my dad, and it was very touching. It was a good one.
Well, I've actually seen it once. I enjoyed it when I watched it, but the parts I saw of it, I was watching it on a bus on a band field trip. So like the parts I saw, I was like, wow, this is good, but I haven't actually seen it all the way through. I've always heard positive things about it, and everyone tells me if I watched it, I would like it. It's the kind of movie that I would enjoy.
That movie really helped to shape my sense of humor. Cause it has a very like dry delivery.
Yes, that's what I've heard.
And just very like straightforward. And that really helped shape my sense of humor.
I like the
even
eels.
Today.
All of the eels.
The eels are great. I liked Andre the Giant.
Yes. What a
big,
great guy. He's huge.
Yeah.
He didn't live long.
No, he didn't.
No,
You should, not a children's movie, but you should check out the documentary on him.
Really?
An HBO documentary.
Could be
I'll
interesting.
maybe get to that.
About being a very large man.
I mean, at least you're being honest.
Yeah.
It does sound interesting.
Any other great kids movies that you guys
I mean, my favorite movie when I was a kid was School of Rock with Jack Black.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys.
I liked it. It was fine.
I mean,
Wow.
my favorite movie as a kid was Godzilla, so.
We have very different opinions on kids' movies. Yeah. But we're going to talk about movies that are new and coming to theaters. So let's see what we've got. So new in theaters, we have The Grinch, another great kids movie. And we have Bohemian Rhapsody.
Which was amazing.
I've only heard good things about Bohemian Rhapsody. Overlord.
I've heard very good things about Overlord.
No, you haven't.
I've heard nothing about Overlord.
It's about World War II zombie Nazis.
Yep.
And I've heard that it's actually really good.
Okay. I don't like zombies.
Better than a movie about Nazi zombies has any right to be.
Oh, right. And then new in theaters, we also have Instant Family, which I also know nothing about.
Nope, never heard of it.
I don't know that one either.
Wow. I mean, I know for sure with The Grinch.
The Grinch, I want to see that. It looks so cute.
I don't know. I love the story of The Grinch, but I really dislike Benedict Cumberbatch.
Same.
Why?
I don't know. I genuinely cannot tell you. Something about him, I just look at him, I'm like,
Well, you have to look at his face, though. His
You're
face
right. So
isn't that
maybe
appealing.
The Grinch should be a little different.
It's just his voice.
But when you hear his voice, his face is just gonna
No,
pop
you're
into
looking
your
at
head.
the Grinch.
Maybe
so
I'll watch it when it's on DVD. Speaking of DVDs, let's see what's new on DVDs. So The Incredibles 2 has just come out on DVD. That one I saw over the summer and very much enjoyed it.
Me too.
I haven't seen that one
It was
yet.
good. Ooh, go watch it.
I would recommend it. If you like the first Incredibles, this one's just as good. And then we have Destination Wedding, which I don't know anything about.
Nope.
And then We the Animals.
Nope.
And Black Klansman.
Which was amazing.
I've heard that was
I've heard very good things about that one.
So good. That one, I've never been in a theater where you sit there and it's absolute silence at the end of the theater.
So it's that
and then
kind of movie.
it like sets in a little bit and then people started crying. Like it was intense. It was very intense.
All right. So we're also going to look at movies that are at the Riv right now. So we have Decoding the Driftless.
That's a documentary.
All right.
On the area, local documentary.
Oh, cool. And we have Crazy Rich Asians, First Man, and The House with a Clock in Its Walls. And then we have also some movies that are at the U right now, or coming soon. Let's see what we've got.
At the U.
At the U, we've got The Meg, Mission Impossible, Fallout, and Major. None of which I have heard of.
I kind of want to see The Meg.
I've heard of The Meg.
What is it?
It's supposed
about
to have
a shark.
horrible reviews. It's about a megalodon shark, which I love sharks, but it's supposed to be horrible.
I don't like the
We'll
big
see.
shark movies.
All right, well, interesting. Talked about a lot of good movies today. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Catch another episode of Screening Room at 4:30 right here on WMCM. We'll see you again next time.